Hello everyone, this is Cookies, and I've got turn 46 of the second round of Lucid's tournament, second game. I believe there's 10 games in total, and I immediately got discorded. I'm gonna go ahead and close Discord really quick. And we've got a little bit of action. We've got potentially the long-awaited storming of Frosted Peaks. So let's go ahead and dive in. So we've got man here. This guy's got a pearl. Are you trying to magic duel this cat? You are. Okay. And I think this is a magic phase magic duel. So I believe this is... I think he probably cloud trapeze. This is probably like 4 gems total in a dead mage. But yeah, I had a reasonable shot of succeeding. S2 against S3. In Fanligia, we've got a little Calum raiding party. A little bit of Skelly spam, killing some PD. I thought we would get some attack rear, but it looks like just bodyguards. Alright. In Bara, we've got TNC going after Calum. A number of Barb Heavy Horus. Alright, pretty successful raid. It actually kills a number of these Earthbound. Okay. Wait, that was here. So loses 1 Barb Heavy Horse. Yeah, it kills 3 Earthbound. I was like, wait a second. Alright, so that's a pretty good get. These Earthbound are not cheap. They cost about the same price as Barb Heavy Horse. In Solkar, we've got another TNG raid. I'm assuming these are the illusions. Just a little bit of PD. I'm warming up to the idea that these are on scouts because they're stealthy, so you can redeploy these wherever. The danger of archers, though, is still present. This guy I thought he was bleeding, but he's not healthy, that's for sure. Okay, so a successful TNG raid. Then in Black Marshes, we've got man attacking Marignon. Did you miss literally everyone besides your own square? Holy shit. Alright. Can't trust these these AoE spells, that's for sure. That should get the rest of them. Alright, but just going up against a little bit of PD. Interesting that he's continuing to raid Marignon. And there's a second attack against Marignon. So we'll have to see if Marignon responds. In Namor, we have TNG attacking Calum. Got a scout versus a scout. A 1v1 duel, but one scout was scripted to retreat. That could have been really fun to watch. Alright. In Iron Peaks, we've got Marignon attacking Independence. We've got some swordsmen. The little missionary leading them. they ought to do just fine. These are trained soldiers against militia. Okay, and they do just fine. Then Atlantis also rolls on into Iron Peaks with a much larger force. So they killed some of the lighter protection Atlantis Sacreds. Or honestly, I haven't seen what they're good for this whole game yet. I guess they've got a Boneclave that does weakness. It seems like an anti-elite, so they should probably be in their own squads. But yeah, loses 2 Sacreds, an Ice Guard, but kills the Marinese party. In Deep Mount, we have Calum attacking Tianqi. 2 squads of Earthbound, a bunch of Death Mages, including a White Mage. And it's just a Tianqi Scout. Alright, then in Ufenred, we've got Tianqi attacking Calum. We've got a little thug box. This horror helmet, still pretty good. And this guy's here to provide quickness. It's 1 PD. The 1 PD might actually kill something, but I don't care to watch it. No, it's just a Storm Guard, so it left. Alright. In Ramesia, we've got man attacking Tianqi. Little wall of mages here. I don't know if more stuff was supposed to show up, but we've got a White Mage Thug who's going to do Invulnerability and Soul Vortex. And you have a number... It looks like the goal of this group of mages is just to cover the map in really cheap summons, and then maybe this guy's here at a magic duel. We got some air gems, maybe an air elemental. Yeah. So we've got Animate Hawks, we've got random Long Dead showing up. Does this guy have chakras? It's got 5. The air elemental does 6. As long as he doesn't get Trunk. This guy did get Trunk. It didn't really change his damage. Alright, how much defense does this guy have? He has 3. I don't know how he's not been trampled yet. I'm gonna be real. Maybe I don't understand the trample mechanics. Okay. Let's see. So that was here. So kills that Tianqi White Mage. In Dardius, we've got Tianqi attacking Calum. With just 1 scout doing the illusion spam. I don't know if 1's gonna be enough. Maybe against 1 PD. He might have could have escaped there. Did lose his mount. Alright, in Cassian Forest, we've got man attacking Marignon. We've got a group of wardens. Okay. So it was clearly not negotiated. Wait, no. It could have still been negotiated, because it's just one-sided attacking. But we'll have to wait and see if Marignon responds. As a reminder, the Bless, Chakras, Natural Protection, and Mountain Survival. So that Wrathful Sky is still very much on the table. In Rame, we've got Calum attacking Tianchi. This is a fair amount of PD. It might do okay. Some of it's under an adventure. Or he's just here to help out. I don't know. Earthbound are pretty tanky. Oh! They were out the commander. So heavily armored, he just tanked it as he walked off. Alright, so 5 Earthbound go down, 1 Stormguard goes down to mostly a PD force, so pretty efficient defense. In Etris, we've got a much larger Calum force for killing PD. We also have a small group of Sacreds here. Group Barkskin? Okay, so this guy's doing like a little bit of a buff thing. I wonder if he meant the group Barkskin to go on the Ancestor vessels. But maybe they were too far away from the Calum blocks, and so they ran forward to shoot. They were probably on maybe like holding fire. And maybe, I don't know if he could have deployed further up, but maybe that would have kept the formation. They are routed, but they're still reasonably dangerous even when routed. Alright, so Calum cleans up that Tianchi group. What was that? Etris? Alright. Loses only 10 Raven Guard, 2 Storm Guard, and a Draconian. Does kill a Spirit Master and 9 Ancestor vessels. In Bountiful Land, we've got Agartha attacking Atlantis. This is not the Sepulchral army. This is just a lot of blind fighters, I guess. So I think he's just taking a straight up fight here. Maybe he didn't want to accidentally lose any or get gem baited. Okay. So that succeeds, kills 10 Ice Guard. Marignon attacks Dendra. We've got 2 squads of swordsmen going up against a group of Barb Heavy Horse. Alright, cleans that up. Loses 6 swordsmen, 1 royal guard. In Felden Forest, Man attacks TNG, another pretty budget group, another air elemental with some heavy spearmen. I think that's just spearmen, never mind. Takes the province. Loses 1 spearman. In Toledo, we've got TNG attacking Calum. More of these mounted scouts. I mean, this will work up until the point where we start getting multiple attack rear squads from Calum for birds. But it's working pretty well so far for light raiding. Then in Scrap Point, we've got Marignon attacking Tianchi. So another just small group of swordsmen. It's been very efficient raiding so far. They're going to kill one PD. Then Calum, trying to free his capital, has to bring a whole freaking army to fight these trolls. So he's brought a bunch of Raven Guard, he's brought Draconians, he's brought Storm Guard, and Earthbound. And here we have the 50 trolls. Oh, the guy has an Earth Gem. He's doing Temper Armors. One of the Draconians moves in for a 1v1 with the Troll King. Troll King wins that 1v1. See if another Draconian steps up. Oh, Troll King getting in there. These trolls are doing surprisingly well. I think all of their squares can attack right now, including the one in the middle. So this square, where is it? The square right here, in particular, is a little bit of a death square for Calum. Some of the trolls are starting to go down. These two over here, this one here, those should drop pretty quickly. Troll King is surrounded now. He does have some built-in armor, though. He's got 27 protection. It's going to be tough to do in. The trolls have routed. Okay. So we should see a lot more potentially critical hits. Let's go ahead and speed it through. Alright, well, that was pretty bloody. Oh, sorry, it wasn't 50 trolls, it was 40. They take down 18 Storm Guard, 17 Raven Guard, 8 Iceclad, and 30 Draconians. They get nearly a 2-to-1 KD, but are killed to a troll. Calum does get his capital back, though. So I'm sure he would have loved to have all this stuff raiding TNG. Yeah, this was the equivalent of several raiding parties having to come back here. But it is what it is. And then we have Atlantis storming Agartha's Citadel. So in here we've got a Wizard of High Magics, the least useful one. And then we've got this Chthonian Necromancer, who maybe could have been kitted out. No, he's not Death 3, so he couldn't do Rigor Mortis. And he's not worth twice warning, because you're about to lose the fort. So, yeah, just... like, the only thing Agartha could have done was try to evacuate, but he doesn't have any of the surrounding provinces, so all this stuff is just kind of dead. So he's just got the Necromancer in the back to do some skelly spam. Maybe this guy's on advancing cast for a little bit of evo, but not expecting much here. What I'm more interested in is what Atlantis is rolling out with. No gems and no gear. We've got a diseased 1 HP Adept of the Golden Order. is going to lose his gear from disease. Which is 15 gems worth of gear. And I don't think it goes in the lab. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. And I don't think it gets picked up either. Unless he dies in this battle. But if you wanted him to die in the battle, you'd have him on attack up in front. So that you could try and pick up his gear. So I think this is just the player not realizing this guy's diseased. But it should be a pretty easy win. Alright, so these guys are doing evocations and buffs. Honestly, they look completely unscripted. At least to me, I'm not sure. Falling Frost seems scripted, so maybe they're just on evos. Hopefully they're on advance and cast. We'll see. To be fair, it is enough evocations to clear the wall crossbows, so... Alright, we've got the breakthrough and the retreat. So... Alright, loses 1 Forgiving Father to crossbows, 1 Sacred, 3 Ice Guard, 2 Ensleeping, so it clears out the garrison, and it has a shiny new Citadel. And then I'm assuming this guy just dies and loses gear. Again, I'm pretty sure the gear doesn't go in the lab. Alright, and then we've got Bountiful Land. So Agartha just got this freaking thing back, and now one of his servants is getting ratted. Oh, old man wins though. He ain't having none of that rat. And then oh, and then he gets hit by barbs. Okay. Well, I mean, he should be able to take care of this pretty easily. But it will cost him some income. I believe there's some unrest and killed population associated with that. So yeah, 13 unrest. A little bit less pop now. I guess this is his new capital, because now he can try to respond to this other stuff. We do see the large Atlantis army, so maybe this army is ready to go. Does have some capital mages, also has the dragon. And then we've got Atlantis taking Iron Peaks. May have had enough of Marignon's vulturing. And this is the type of vulturing that could put in danger his ambitions to take Packwoods. Perhaps. We'll have to see. But Atlantis has a bigger issue. He still has to get the Agarthan army monkey off his back. And there's sepulchrals. He's got his Dracolich. He doesn't even need the necromancer for this particular army. Alright, but yeah, maybe we'll see some life out of Agartha. I was a little bit worried that they were just going to sit there and hit end turn until all their forts got taken. So this is nice to see. And then, yeah, from Atlantis' point of view, finally sieged down and taken Frosted Peaks. 1500 wall integrity. Now he can build a temple there, start pushing his Cold Dominion together with the Throne. Throne of Bureaucracy does a lot for him because he gets the conflict bonus, he gets a lot of Dom spread. And then he's also got the Golden Throne over here, which is some more Dom spread. Again, with the conflict bonus from that the Throne of Bureaucracy provides. And so, yeah, he's claimed both. So you can see there's kind of like a lot of Cold Dominion getting pushed out here. Now, Calum's fine with that. Their Stormguard fight fine in Cold Dominion, and you can see it is the Atlantean Dominion here. So, but Calum's fine. They fight just fine in this Dominion. But when it comes to pushing down here, he's got Cold 4 and Bountiful Land, which is not an ideal setup for Agartha. And it's pushing pretty hard at Agartha's remaining candles. So Marignon taking Cradle of Faith is also helping Dom kill Agartha. We could check to see, because we noticed the Dream Atlas sales rep, so he's got the Throne of Fortune. That's keeping him alive. He's got Dominion over all of his forts, so I don't think he's in danger of getting Dom killed just yet, but it's looking kind of dire. That's Marignon. That's Agartha. That is somebody else's candle. Oh, is that Marignon? Yeah, Ekelin. All right. So we're also seeing some of this Atlantis Dominion build up, and once it starts pushing, I think it's going to be a pretty hard push. Especially with these extra 2 forts in here, it's just kind of a wall of temples and thrones pushing Dominion. It's very strong Dom push from here. There's a reasonable Dom push also getting pushed out from this lake, because he's got all of this forted and templed in this lake. And then he's got his cap as well. So Atlantis doing a pretty good job spreading Dominion, getting his Cold Dominion out there, because he needs that to be able to fight more effectively. So if he can get that into provinces he neighbors with other players, then he can effectively raid against them using just his plain old Ice Guard. Alright, and then, alright, so that's that war. When it comes to man, we've seen, okay, a fair amount of raiding up here. Cassian Forest, Black Marshes. I do wonder if he negotiated for this. And maybe Sermiak, maybe this was some sort of territory split. Or maybe he's... Although he also went on Felden Forest, and we know Calum also wanted Felden Forest. So maybe he's just also being opportunistic. We did get a Disease Demon going after a White Mage down here. This can also help Gemburn mages. Oh, you made a whole tree. Okay. But, yeah, I wonder if Marignon's just going to immediately attack Man as soon as he clears Patala. But I also wonder if Man's going to let him easily get Patala, because Man's cracked Sermiak. So Man can take Sermiak and then think about trying to knock Marignon off of Patala, which could be an interesting play. He's definitely rotated more stuff up here to do something like that. I just don't know if they've negotiated this stuff, because that was a bump, I guess. Or no, he's just killing PD. But that, no, he wasn't down here. I don't know. I think he's probably fine. Maybe Calum losing his army up here was okay, letting Man take Felden Forest. It also might help Man fight a little bit better against Marignon, but I think Man, I don't know. Like, Gifts from Heaven is a really nice equalizer against a lot of shit. Alright. When it comes to Calum now, or I guess Tianchi, So Tianqi before was trying to hold on to a connection to Felden Forest. But now it seems like a lot of that rating shifted north, and now it's trying to maintain Coast Haven and Uffenred a little bit, or more of his tax base, which is the plains here. And he also did some raiding down here, so the scouts came and raided around Felden Forest. And we got some Barb Heavy Horse in Bara. Alright, he's still raiding pretty effectively. We've got a decent sized little Tianqi army up here in Osense. Getting very close to Death Ride status. And then Marignan has gone ahead and moved on to Gold Mountains. So I wonder if this army is going to try to get back to Tianqi. Just start. Because the sooner, I think for Tianqi, the sooner he makes a lot of the borders between these players bigger, I think the more likely they are to fight each other rather than him. And if you want to be a thorn in someone's side for attacking you, then part of that means having to stay alive and play a little bit of that diplomatic game with some of the other players. But, I mean, we'll see what kind of garrison is in here, or if it got out and got up here. I honestly, I forget where this army came from. But this is so much gem income. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 gems. So when Marignan takes Gold Mountains, that's going to be a huge power up for Marignan. And then he's also about to get Patala. So, I mean, at this point, Caleb's done most of the fighting, but Marignan's about to get most of the spoils. Even Man's getting Sermiak. Caleb doesn't even have a presence on Felden Forest anymore. Now the upside for Caleb in this situation is it should be very easy to organize a coalition on Marignan, theoretically. Marignan is about to take his third throne. So, and he only needs 6 to win. Taking this would be his fourth. I'm still not seeing any troops rotate up here for Packwoods. Maybe not taking Packwoods or being too aggressive near Glen of Justice is how he's going to justify not throne rushing to the rest of the lobby, at least until he's ready. But he's definitely position 1, I would say, at this point. Atlantis is still not in position to do anything about Packwoods. He has this big Agarthan army here. Now, Marignan might not know that. And then Caleb has been reinforcing the Throne of Death. So maybe just in case Marignan tries to make a play for it. But if Marignan takes Patala, they are within, like, if they fight Atlantis, they're within a reasonable distance of going after Pustinia. They might have to go through Man to get there. Yeah, I'm curious if this was given away. If it's given away, that would go a long way towards ameliorating Throne Rush fears, but I don't know that you can get out of being coalitioned at this point. You're so far in position one, unless certain players have an incomplete picture of the game state. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a world where you can convince man that, hey, we should go kill the cold nations. But I don't think that'd be a very persuasive argument. I think it has to be Man and Calum against Marignon, surely, and Atlantis. I don't know that you want Marignon scaling blood too much more. Maybe if you're Man, you could go in against Calum, try to retake Patala, or not Pyrene, not Patala. And you could try to kill off one of the cold nations and then flip and join Atlantis against Marignon. I don't think Atlantis is near winning. They've got 2 thrones. They would need a lot of the same thrones as Marignon, which is probably good for the game state. Man getting Felden Forest would not be bad. And I guess unless you're Calum. Calum's got... Does he just have the Throne of Death? Yeah. I would think it would be hard to convince someone that Calum needs to die. They've taken so much attrition, and they've only got 1 throne. It's not even claimed. And not claiming thrones is the type of thing. Like, Throne of Earth still has Indies. Throne of Fortune? Why wouldn't somebody have claimed that? Am I just blind? Uh, oh, Agartha didn't claim it? Okay. So no one's hiding claimed thrones. So Agartha's not even getting Dom pressure out of this thing. I didn't even realize that earlier. So he's literally just relying on these 4 temples. Okay. Well, I think the direction of the game hangs a lot on if Atlantis can take a clean fight against Agartha. If Calum can finish killing these TNG raiders and put renewed pressure on TNG and Walnut Woods, Coast Haven, like the spoils he's looking to get out of this war, because he's well behind Marignon. I think Marignon's going to be happy getting these 2 forts. He can send out little groups of swordsmen to raid all day. But now, soon you're going to have 2 free agent armies. One of those armies could certainly, like, if he wanted, he could try to declare war on Calum. And he could march that army up here, maybe, to try and get to Pack Woods. I don't think that's as likely. Let's see. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting I don't get the full spell list. That's not what I wanted to do. Is there a shortcut? No. Astral travel is, I think, Thumb 8. So I wonder if he takes this, claims it, but then he has to also take another throne somewhere. I mean, what do you do with this army? Do you go here, 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 and just attack Calum to try and win? Take Lyn of Justice. This army, I think Pack Woods is just really inconvenient. I do think you want some sort of like astral travel or stealthy force. Maybe you can do a bunch of Horde from Hells and crack it that way and try to take it really quickly. But I mean, Caleb can respond to that. You need a certain amount of quality. You could magic phase some mages in. I think he takes these two forts. I think he repositions and powers up a little. He probably blood hunts Patala. I mean, this is reasonably close. Singing Swamp isn't as nice to blood hunt, so you could blood hunt Patala. He's got an army ready to go. Where it could go at Glen of Justice or Felden Forest or Pustinia. Maybe you try to get, I don't know, something like Wizard Tower and some sort of army teleport spell. And then you try to take Throne of Earth and magic phase it. I mean, we'll see. It would have to be pretty reasonably well done. Calum's got enough stuff to try and respond. There's some Atlantis troops in the area that could try to respond, including a dragon. Man could try and magic face some stuff. So, I don't know, maybe it just makes sense to take Patala, take Old Mountains, blood hunt both of them. Maybe send some stuff back to Satis and blood hunt there again. And just build up more stuff and look for your next opportunity. I'm just worried he's going to get coalitioned as soon as either this war ends, so maybe it makes sense to trade Agartha stuff, and as soon as Calum manages to clear up Tianchi, so maybe you could trade Tianchi some stuff to help out his last stand. And if you drag out those two wars for a few turns, maybe that'll let you scale enough to get everything you need to fight a coalition. Yeah, I mean we'll have to see. I think it's hard being position one, maybe at this stage of the game, unless he can be the first one to hit like Alt 8 would be pretty good because you get all the army spells, and I think is Alt 8 also where Wizard Tower is? Let me double check. Yeah, that's at Alt 8. So Alt 8 I think is a really good target if he does try to Throne Rush, because that would give him all the spells he needs to absolutely wreck enemy armies. Unless he gets like gets hit with Winds of Death. Although he can try to equip his armies with Ravenous Swarm and Magic Duel and flyers, turn 1 flyers to try and stop Winds of Death stuff. You can have turn 1 anti-magic as well. But yeah, maybe Alt 8 is the target, because I kept thinking blood for 3 red seconds, but I don't know that blood gives you the capability to fight a coalition. Maybe Alt 8 does. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. We're still in that transition period. I think we'll have a lot more information by at least turn 50. And I think that's it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.